Alright, what's going on you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength of Pokemon, and the topic of today's video, Metazoo Topps Chrome. It's all over. So obviously I was being a little bit facetious with that intro. Metazoo Topps Chrome right now just sold out at Target. The blaster boxes, the 4-pack blasters for $19.99. They are officially sold out. I tried it from my phone. I tried it from my girlfriend's phone. I tried it from my best friend's phone. Everybody right now, the Target blasters are showing up as sold out. So what does this mean for the state of the Topps Chrome market and the whole situation with the mass ripping that seems to be the case with Topps Chrome right now? So I think we can expect to see, obviously, a lot of people selling blasters on the secondary market. I know a lot of people were doing what I did and maxing out as many as you could possibly order, which for me, and I'm curious to hear if you guys have been ordering these in the comments below, what the max for you guys was. But for me, the maximum quantity was 3, 9 orders of 3. So 27 boxes within a 24-hour period. It let me do that 4 times. So a little over 100 boxes was what I was able to get for $19.99 a piece. So about $5 a pack. Right now, I think the average hobby box is going for between $120 and $150. They tend to all be kind of fluctuating a little bit, but the hobby boxes are pretty expensive. But right now, the blaster boxes, up until this point, were pretty much your best option, the most bang for your buck to buying a Metazoo Topps Chrome pack. $5 a pack, you couldn't really beat it, and the pull rates obviously were much better than the hobby boxes, which is why the hype for these retail blaster boxes was so high. It seemed like every 3 boxes that you got, every order, it seemed like you were getting a serialized card. So out of every 12 packs, whereas with a hobby box, it seemed like out of every hobby box, you might only get 1. And a lot of people, it seemed, started to get none per 20 packs, per hobby box. So that was the issue that a lot of people were having with that. But for the blaster, it became a pretty popular product, and I think that's the reason why it sold out. But the interesting thing will be is what does the secondary market do for the blaster boxes, and what is this going to do for the singles prices? Because I've noticed that the singles prices have gone significantly down, and I think the reason for this is because everybody right now that was buying the blasters and buying the hobby boxes for that matter had the same idea. Topps Chrome is fun to rip. Let's rip as much of it as we possibly can. I think a lot of people are chasing that 1/1 Mothman. I think that Mothman bounty got a lot of people's attention. $30,000 for one card from Steve Aoki. A lot of people wanted to chase that card, which still hasn't been pulled, by the way. And I think that'll be another interesting conversation is once that card is pulled, what does that do to the secondary market for sealed product? Now, so I think a lot of people right now have that same idea. Let's rip as much as possible, and they're listing everything that's not a Mothman or a 1/1. Everybody is listing probably the majority of the serialized cards they're pulling. If it's not one of the top 3 or 4 beasties, people are probably selling it. So the market right now is getting flooded with people selling these serialized cards. I personally just sold a numbered out of 5, number 5 out of 5 Uncle Sam for $255. A lot of people at the time that I listed my Uncle Sam had their numbered out of 5 cards, the black borders, the black refractors, listed for $1,500 and up, some as high as I think $3,000 or $4,000, which I think is what the black border Mothman sold for. So they were listed for a pretty good amount, but that's not what it sold for. So those prices were going down. I sold a gold bordered Ben B today, numbered out of 50 for $14. So the singles market is not really holding up. And again, I think the reason for that is a lot of people are ripping right now. And I think a lot of people are ripping the blasters and having all these crazy serialized pools. So the fact that now the blasters are sold out from Target, is that going to decrease the number of people ripping? Is that going to maybe bolster the secondary market? Because now you had this alternative to the hobby boxes, right? Because the hobby boxes is very expensive. Only a select few places have them in stock. Only a select few places you can get them from. But the Target boxes, the retail blaster boxes, were like this nice, shiny alternative that actually had better pull rates. It was cheaper. You could buy a more manageable amount if you wanted, or you can buy 9 times 3 orders, which is 27, which, quick math on the pack, on that number of packs, is like 5 hobby boxes in one order, or one session of ordering 9 orders of 3. I know it's getting kind of confusing, but it was a very good option. You could get pretty cheap packs. You could buy pretty much any quantity you want. If you didn't want to buy a full hobby box of 20, you could just buy one blaster box and open 4 packs just to rip them. If you wanted to buy way more than a hobby box, you could, and you would probably have a lot more pulls than you would for that equivalent of hobby boxes. We did that experiment a number of times here on the channel, and that turned out to frequently be the case. If you opened the equivalent of one hobby box worth of blaster box packs, you would typically have 2 to 3 times the number of serialized pulls, and you had that bonus of X-Fractor cards, which were supposed to be 1 in 3 packs, but my experience, it was more like 2 to 3 packs out of 4 per blaster box. So the Target, you're getting a lot of value out of the Target blasters, and now that they're sold out, what does that mean for the secondary market? I think you might see a little bit of a bump in the price of single cards, because now we don't have this option of buying the blasters at retail price. They're going to be on the secondary market. I've already seen some for like $45 to $50, people trying to resell them. The sealed market is interesting because so many people are ripping them. The supply is rumored to be really, really high, like hundreds of thousands of blaster boxes compared to the 30,000 hobby boxes. So I would be surprised if in the near future people rip through hundreds of thousands of blasters, if that's really the number. Someone, I forget who it was, did the number by the number of packs that are out there and the number of packs that each blaster has, how many blasters there had to be. And it was like, I think it was over 300,000. It was something crazy, a crazy number of blasters. So if that number is true, I don't see that number of blasters getting ripped anytime soon. So I don't see the sealed supply drying up. But the fact that you can't get it for retail now, I think really changes things drastically. And I wonder if the blasters will continue to outperform the sales of the hobby boxes now that they're taken off the primary market, now that you can't get them from Target, and whatever these secondary prices do for the blasters, maybe they go so high that the hobby box becomes the better deal for $120 to $150. If the blasters start going for $50, $60, $75, maybe you see the hobby boxes pick up in sales. So that'll be an interesting thing to watch, but I'm curious what's going to happen with the singles market, because now that you can only get these boxes, it seems, both the blaster and the hobby at this point on the secondary market, what is the singles market going to do if that leads to less people ripping? Because right now, I was talking to several other people right now, or recently, that have been doing the same thing as me, just ripping a bunch of Topps Chrome and seeing what they can pull and selling the majority of it to try to keep chasing the Mothman, because it's fun to open, it's fun to hit these serialized hits, whatever the character might be, but in the long run, most of us don't want to keep them. So I think a lot of people have that same idea, they're doing the same thing, and like listing as much as they possibly can. So I wonder if that slows down, if that changes the singles market, and I'm curious to see the impact that this has, the fact that Target is no longer carrying these boxes on the secondary, on the primary market. So now the secondary market is going to be a bunch of people trying to flip what they've got. And I know a lot of people right now, I've talked to at least half a dozen that are sitting on dozens of these blaster boxes that they can't decide whether or not to crack or keep sealed and sell them on the secondary market. I've talked to half a dozen people that are in that exact same predicament. And fortunately, well, I guess unfortunately, Target had already cut me off to where I placed, like I said, the 4 orders of 27 boxes, and any device I try, from my computer, my phone, I even tried turning my Wi-Fi off. I think they got my either my IP address or my actual physical house address blocked. I've tried different names. I've tried making new accounts. I've tried doing it with my Wi-Fi off. I've tried doing it from different phones, different devices. Target would not let me place another order of these blaster boxes while they were still in stock, but I was able to get my girlfriend from her phone to place an order, and so we got 27 more boxes coming Friday. So Friday will be probably the official last Topps Chrome stream on this channel, at least for a while, because for retail price, this is the last mass opening that I'm going to be able to get. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video, but stay tuned for Friday, because that should be the last big Topps Chrome stream that we do now that they are no longer in stock on Target or available in these retail blaster forms. Now, in the long run, or in the future, I'm curious to see if Walmart or another big box store starts carrying these, because in the past, Walmart and Target have both been big box distributors for Metazoo. And I believe someone was saying Toys R Us Canada also carries some Metazoo stuff and carried this Topps product. So maybe there's that option for my Canadians that might be watching. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see some form of Topps Chrome also pop up at Walmart. So this might not be the end of the world, or the end of the market that these are not available at Target anymore. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the stream on Friday. Nick Strength and Pokemon, signing out.